Dawn broke on July 19, 711 AD, illuminating scene of breathtaking scale. One off side of the Guadalete River, where stood the Visigothic host, a sea of steel and color, 100,000 strong King Roderic adorned in brilliant gold armor and seated on an ivory chariot, surveyed his invisible army, their banners fluttered proudly, their confidence absolute. Across the field, Tariq's 7,000 stood in silent, disciplined ranks. They looked not at the overwhelming number before them, but through them their hands, their hearts fortified by the faith that had burned with their ships. The air crackled with tension of moment that would decide the fate of continent. The battle began with thunderous roar as Roderick unleashed his heavy cavalry, a wave of iron and horse flesh designed to crush the Muslim center, but Tariq was prepared. His line, disciplined and tight, absorbed the shock like a rock against the tide. Then, with a single signal from the Tariq, the Muslim cavalry launched a devastating counterattack on flanks. The battle descended with a chaotic melee. Swords clashed, arrows darkened the sky, and the cries of men mingled with the screams of horses. Tariq himself was everywhere, a whirlwind of motion, his presence a beacon for his men, his sword striking with the certainty of divine aid. Yet, the Visigothic numbers were immense. 4 hours outcome hung in the balance. The Muslim lines bent, but miraculously did not break. The key to victory lay not just in strength, but in strategy. The enemy's own weakness. Tariq's scouts had identified the banners of his Scots nobles who had been betrayed by Roderick. As the battle raged, Tariq archers targeted their selections of line, seeing in an opportunity for revenge. These nobles made a faithful decision. They began to withdraw their troops, creating a gaping hole in Roderick's formation. The invincible army began to unravel from within. Panic spread to the Visigothic ranks like wildfire. The disciplined Muslims army pressed its advantage, turning a battle into rout. King Roderick, seeing his army disintegrate, tried to rally his personal guard, but it was too late. In the ensuing chaos, he was separated from his men. The mighty king, who had ruled with such arrogance, was swept away in the flood of his own fleeing soldiers. His ornate chariot was found abandoned, his fate becoming one of the history's great mysteries, swallowed by the very river he sought to defend. His region and his kingdom died on that field. Silence returned to the valley, broken only by the moans of wounded and the prayers of grateful. The impossible had happened. Tariq, covered in the dust and game of battle, stood victorious. He knew this was not merely a military triumph, but a victory granted by God. He immediately sent a messenger to Governor Musa bin Nusayr in North Africa. The message was simple, profound, and drawn from the Quran. We have entered a land where the gates are open and the people await their liberators. Send reinforcements for the faith at the entire peninsula now lies bare. With the Visigothic army shattered and their king gone, the cities of Hispania lay defenseless rather than meeting fierce resistance. Tariq's army was often welcomed as liberators by population. Tired of Roderick's oppression, city after city opened its gates. Tariq ensured that treaties of protection were honored, churches were respected, and justice was established. This was not brutal conquest but the birth of new civilization, Al-Andalus, a land where Muslims, Christians, and Jews would build a beacon of knowledge and culture that would light up the dark age of Europe. Tariq bin Ziyad, the freed slave, had become the conqueror of a kingdom. The rock where he first landed would forever bear his name, Jabal Tariq, Gibraltar, an eternal monument to faith so strong it burned shapes and moved mountains. His story teaches us the true strength comes not from the number or resources but from the unwavering belief, strategic courage, and the conviction that when you take a step for God, He will open doors you never imagined possible.